The lost hope. Hope did not disappear all at once. It faded quietly, like a candle left burning in an empty room, melting down until no one noticed when the light finally went out. Elijah learned this early. He grew up in a small, tired town where dreams were whispered instead of spoken aloud, as if saying them too loudly would anger life itself. His home stood at the edge of a dusty road, its paint peeling like it was ashamed of still standing. Inside, the walls carried echoes of laughter that no longer came. His mother used to hum while cooking. His father used to tell stories at night. Used to. Illness arrived without permission. It always does. First, it took his mother's strength. Then her voice. Then one quiet morning, it took her entirely. The house became heavier after that, as if grief itself had moved in and refused to leave. Elijah was only 10. His father tried to stay strong, but sorrow is a weight that bends even the strongest backs. He stopped telling stories. He stopped smiling. Some nights, he sat alone in the dark, staring at nothing, holding pain like it was the last thing he owned. Elijah learned how to be quiet. He learned how to swallow tears. He learned that hoping too much only made the fall harder. Before sickness stole her breath, his mother had held his face between her palms. "Promise me something," she whispered. "What?" Elijah asked, his voice shaking. "No matter how dark life gets, don't lose hope. Hope is what keeps you alive when everything else leaves." He nodded. He promised. But promises are easy when the future still looks kind. Years passed. Elijah grew into a young man carrying invisible scars. He worked hard, harder than most, believing effort could outpace fate. He dreamed of becoming something more, something better than the life that kept pushing him down. But life has a cruel rhythm. Every time he stood up, it pushed him back harder. He lost his father to heartbreak and silence. He lost his job to injustice. He lost friends to success that didn't include him. Rejection letters stacked like proof that he wasn't enough. At night, he stared at the ceiling, asking questions the universe never answered. Why me? What did I do wrong? How long must I suffer? The silence responded every time. Slowly, hope began to feel foolish, like believing in a sunrise that never comes. The night hope finally left was cold. Rain hammered the streets as Elijah stood on a bridge, gripping the rusted rail. Below him, the river rushed forward with purpose, something he no longer had. He thought of his mother's words. He thought of his broken promises. He thought of how tired he was. "I tried. I really tried." Tears mixed with rain, indistinguishable, unimportant. For the first time in years, he didn't ask for help. He didn't pray. He didn't fight. Hope slipped away, not with drama, but with exhaustion. "Funny thing about hope," a voice said softly behind him. "It never really gets lost. We just stop looking for it." Elijah turned. An old man stood nearby, soaked, calm, eyes heavy with stories. "You don't know me," Elijah snapped. "You don't know what I've lost." The old man nodded. "You're right, but I know what it feels like to wake up every day wishing you hadn't." They stood in silence as rain fell between them. The old man continued, "My son lost. Same bridge, same thoughts. I stood where you stand now, but I stayed." "Why?" Elijah asked. The man looked at the river. "Because pain doesn't end when life ends. It just moves to someone else." Those words cut deeper than anything Elijah had heard. Elijah stepped back from the edge, not because life suddenly made sense, but because someone else's pain had reached him. The old man placed something in his hand, a small worn note. "My son wrote this before he died. I carry it so I don't forget why I keep going." The note read, "If you're reading this, it means you survived another day. That alone makes you stronger than you think." Elijah's hands trembled. For the first time in years, he cried. Not quietly, not politely, but like someone releasing a storm they had carried too long. Life didn't magically improve after that night. Elijah still struggled. He still failed. He still hurt. But something had changed. He stopped waiting for hope to save him and started choosing to live despite its absence. He volunteered. He helped strangers. He listened to pain that sounded like his own. Slowly, without announcement, hope returned, not as a bright light, but as a small, stubborn flame. Years later, Elijah stood in a small room telling his story to someone who looked just like he once did, broken, tired, ready to quit. "I lost hope once, but I learned something important." "What?" the young man asked. Elijah smiled gently. "Hope isn't something you find, it's something you rebuild, piece by piece, every time you choose to stay." Hope was never truly lost. It was buried under pain, hidden beneath disappointment, waiting for someone brave enough to believe again. And Elijah, once broken, once empty, became proof that even lost hope can find its way home. Moral lessons. Hope may disappear, but it can always be rebuilt. Even when life strips everything away, choosing to stay and try again can slowly bring hope back in unexpected ways. Pain does not end by escaping life, it only moves to others. Endurance, even in silence, protects the hearts of people we may never realize we matter to. Survival itself is a quiet form of strength. Waking up, enduring, and continuing despite exhaustion is proof of courage, even when victory feels invisible. Please like and subscribe for more video.